Oh, it's definitely no jacket weather until there's actors.
I know, I was just talking about my brother. He'll literally come down like in the dead of winter in like shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Not fair.
That's the way I've always been. It's
Yeah.
just. I forgot to get somebody to roll. I feel like somebody volunteered yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was him.
I thought.
You promised Aaron.
You did promise Aaron.
Oh, I couldn't remember who I said. That's what I was.
Yeah,
Excellent, excellent. Okay. Oh, I have an old numbering.
Don't mess it up, Aaron.
It's literally just roll again.
Well, okay, but you got to be careful because sometimes if you roll too fast, it shoots out the volley. The little tray doesn't always seem to work. I mean, like I can't complain. It was $15. Okay, let's roll the first person.
30.
Oh shoot. Okay. I was hoping it was a small number so that it would go. Okay, we have 31 people. So I've got 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're getting there. It's probably going to be you. Yeah. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. It is definitely you. Okay, Liam. Today we're going to learn how to solve systems by using substitution. So before we even actually learn it, even though you might remember it, I mean, you guys have all seen this, but it's easy to forget. What does substitution mean to you? I don't care if it's math term or non-math term.
To replace something?
You sound kind of weird there, Liam.
Substitute something.
There we go. Okay, so we'll go back to replace something with your alternate voice. So substitution means you replace it. Like have you never heard substitution before? How about a substitute teacher? They replace the teacher.
What about a sub?
Oh, yeah.
Submarine.
That's okay. I thought you were talking about sandwich too. Yeah, sub for games works as well. Yeah, whatever. I'm kind of fat. Let me think in food terms, okay? All right. Well, we are going to do substitution as a method for finding exact answers. That's kind of small, isn't it? Can you read that in the back? The reddish stuff? Okay.
Will you write that?
What do you mean you know where I got this? I just wrote. Oh, yeah, I take the problems out of the book. Yeah. I write up my notes, notes, but I always just take the problems out of the book. Yeah.
Do you want us to write the right stuff?
That's totally up to you. So I guess my recommendation would be, if you're not going to remember how to do this when we get to quizzes and tests, then I would probably write it down. Then I would write it down. Basically, do you already know this? Then I would write it down. Because I think some people in here remember this from previous years. And if you do, it's no different. Really, the only thing difference between Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, you guys learn the exact same things in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, we just do harder versions of them in Algebra 2. So it's kind of the only difference. And we're going to start off with an easy one. Aaron, did you roll already? There we go.
5.
Haley. I didn't ask any question yet. You look worried, and I didn't even ask a question. So the first thing we generally are going to do in substitution method is we have 4 different variables up here. We have a y, we have an x, we have an x, we have a y. We want to pick one of those to solve for. Now usually we pick the easiest one to solve for, or in some cases, is one of them already solved for? Yep. So, how should I say this? This may be a stupid question for me to ask, maybe not. What does it mean when it's solved for? Like, how do you know what to look for if it's solved for? Like, what is it gonna say or look like? Is that a bad way to ask it? I think she's trying to help you out. This is a good time for me to get a drink. I need to pump caffeine in. It's morning. I've only had one coffee.
Don't drug yourself too much.
No, I weigh a lot. I can take a lot of caffeine.
Oh.
Kind of goes by weight. I'm going to pretend it does. Plus, I have a lot of years of tolerance built up on caffeine.
Are you anti-coffee?
I haven't drunk coffee ever.
Coffee, tea, they're the main sources of caffeine.
I don't like too much, but I like a little bit. Otherwise, it makes me jittery.
Tea?
Oh no, like caffeine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I usually stop taking caffeine after lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, how are we doing, Haley? Did we get a good answer by now? No? Any answer at all, even with group thinking? Do you want me to call somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of the y, the x plus the y relate between x plus 2.
You might be correct, but I felt like that confused me.
So you could have put the y in the second problem, with the y in the first problem.
Oh, no, I wasn't asking how to do the question. I'm sorry if that's what you thought I was asking. I was just asking, how do you know if this first step is done? That's really all I want to know, right?
Because there's one variable, there's not more than one variable on either side of the equation.
Gee, that's true. Boy, you guys are making this way harder than I was thinking.
It's gonna be y equals blank or x.
Okay, good, that's what I was looking for. So when it says solved for, that means when you're done, the equation should say y equals or x equals. One of those two. I mean, obviously that depends if you're using x and y, it's different letters. If it says the letter by itself equals, that means solved for. That's all I was looking for. Apparently I worded it terribly. That's my fault. Okay, well, that's kind of good because this one already has that. This one says y equals, so it's, oh boy. This will be a good smartboard day, I can tell.
Oh, jeez.
You can probably try and calibrate.
It's not the calibration, it's just the Bluetooth that's running slow. And I hate using the cord because I trip over it and step on it. So, okay, well, either way, it's solved for y. So then step 2 says take that information. Well, y is,
Can you do the line with me?
it's a line. A line just means that marker goes in the correct. Wow. Okay,
It's gonna be a long day.
let's get the cable out.
To the cable.
You know, sometimes technology is awesome, sometimes it,
Be a little party pooper.
yeah. You know what, I wonder if I should just take out my tablet. Because this thing is fun. Needed to duct tape 2 extensions to it so I can make it to my computer. That's what we call real technology. And they put the plug in behind the board. Smart.
Very smart for a smartphone.
The people who designed this have tiny hands. There we go.
Oh, geez.
And now I knocked over Cal Naughton Jr.
Oh. This is not your day.
He's watching my pop for me.
Basically,
I'm sure she'll do great.
Oh, he definitely will do great. He's part of the tag team.
Yeah. It's a whole base operation.
All right,
Thanks, man.
let's try this again. There we go, there we go. Okay, so when it says equals to, the big thing to remember is that means these two things are the same as each other. That's what equals means. So if they're the same as each other, what's a good word that means they can go in place of each other?
Substitution.
Nice. Substitution means they can go in place of each other. So that's step 2. I'm going to take this information and put it in place of y in the other equation. Because they can be put in place of each other. All right? Well, now this second equation says, here, wait. Let's look all professional and do steps. Red, blue,
Green.
black.
okay, I guess I have a missing step. Step in between is green. Green is the new equation. So this now says x plus 2 equals 8. So instead of the y, I put x plus 2. And then the whole reason for that is now we only have one letter instead of 2. Yeah, sure, this is a good time to roll.
Oh, I know this
9.
13.
9 is Munir. Excellent, are you ready?
Eventually I'm gonna guess it.
What should I do now? It says x plus 2 equals 8. Okay, when you say add the 2 to the 8, what, okay, good. So we're basically trying to solve for x now. And that would mean I want the numbers on the other side, the letters on the left, you know, just like you've done a million times. So minus 2, minus 2. The x and the x can go together. Now there's 2 of them, 1x plus 1x. And then, like I said, I'm gonna guess that you guys are pretty used to this step by now because you've done it so much. Divide by 2. And so we found one answer.
3.
So apparently x is 3. And obviously I'm making this take a long time to explain it, but this work alone probably would have taken you 15 seconds. Okay, Aaron, last person for this problem. See, that's what I was talking about. Sometimes it just comes right out.
37.
Definitely don't have 37.
Big number.
This class only has 31.
Do you have any classes with 37?
Yeah, that's why I have 37.
26.
I like how I was pretending like I knew who was what number. 26, 28, 29. Onyx, that's you.
Okay, so now you put x equals 3
To where?
into the first equation, y equals x plus 2.
How come that equation?
Because x equals 3 and x is in both equations. So if you can find out y first, then you can also put it into the other ones.
Boom.
So
Okay, I think what you said was good.
Crushed it.
It was sort of a trick question. I asked how come this equation, and you said, you gave me a big long explanation, which was good. It actually doesn't matter which equation you put it into. So once you find one answer, you just pick any equation up there, the easiest one for you. Pick the easiest one for you. And the top one definitely is because it's already solved. So I'm gonna take y equals x plus 2, and now that we know that x is 3, that means y is 3 plus 2. So y is 5.
Whoa. Look at that.
And then, so a lot of people like this much better than graphing because it's quicker and you get an actual answer instead of guessing. Here's the thing, you generally aren't going to see the answers written like this. Semi-annoying, but it doesn't matter. The answers are traditionally going to be written as a point. So we would write it as 3, 5.
Wait, I'm
Go ahead.
so, but isn't x equal to 6? So then wouldn't it be y equals 6 plus 2, which would
Two
then
x
be 8?
equals, 2x equals 6.
Oh, you remember right there?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, right, there was
Silly
two,
goose.
there was two X's right there.
Gotcha.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that took me a little.
Something ain't right.
Again, I think you've seen this before, so now I'm just probably refreshing you and causing you to remember some things. How are we feeling on this?
Fantastic.
Okay, let's kind of do the next one together. We'll do it much faster, obviously. And then I'll have you try one on your own, and I think that'll probably be good for today, because we're only doing this topic today. Tomorrow, we're doing the other one, which is called elimination, which honestly is, I'd say it's 50-50 between people who like substitution, people who like elimination. Yes?
When does class end, sir? 28?
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated.
Wow, you already won out, huh?
No, I'm just asking for like homework time.
Sure. Good cover, good cover.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, who do we have? I should probably put some like rubber sticky stuff on the bottom, huh?
Come on.
I need to improve my bingo roller.
14.
14. 14 is Zena. Can you help me start this one? So we have 4 different letters to pick from. Which one do you want to solve for? Because that's really all that
You
matters.
tell me.
So generally you choose something that won't give you fractions. Like if I chose this 8x, if I solved for that x, I'd get some fractions. So I generally don't want to do that, but it still works.
So what about if we do the y next to that one? That
So
causes
this
fractions?
y?
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Either one of these two y's would work great. So let's solve for this y. How do I solve for that y? Add 8x, good. Okay, so add 8x to both sides. And I get y is equal to 1 plus 8x. Okay, Aaron? Somebody to do step 2. I already cut colors I use, but we'll go on.
16.
I think,
Does that mean row?
yes,
What's the question? What's the next step?
yeah.
Oh.
So I solved for something. This was step 1.
That's a great question.
Well, that's why we wrote down the steps, coincidentally. Did you write down the steps?
Well, what we have sounds so far, I have right now.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
Okay. So step 2,
Well, she's
take
got
the
it.
information you just solved for and plug it in.
Yes, my notes.
He's got the steps, all right. So we solved for 1, and now we're gonna take that and substitute it. You want some guidance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
She's got it. She knows.
it is also important
But
that you
should-
do.
You should help me. So
Yes,
I know.
it's also important that you know how to do it, yeah.
Yes, sir, indeed.
So we just worked with this equation. And if we're gonna substitute,
Great.
we're going to have to substitute into the other one. It wouldn't make any sense to substitute back into the one we just worked with.
All right.
Okay, so I know that y is the same thing as that.
Yes, it is.
So I'm gonna put that in place of y. Substitute it in place of y,
Yes, sir, indeed.
in the other equation. So what is this equation gonna read once I substituted it?
2x plus 1 plus 8x equals
6, perfect.
roasted.
Now, one thing we haven't run into, that you will run into, is sometimes when you substitute it into the other equation, there might be a number multiplier in the front. So when you substitute stuff in, you treat it as like a whole group. So if there's a multiplier right here, you'd have to multiply it into both. Now, we don't have that here, but you're going to get that. So now, I'm going to simplify. 2x and 8x make 10. And I'm going to solve for x, which you may or may not be good at this stage by now. So -1, for some of you, this is kind of just natural at this stage, you're just used to it. Divide by 10. So I'm going to say this is probably one of the first differences between Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. In Algebra 1, if you've got a fraction or a decimal as an answer, you pretty much know you did it wrong. And so that was kind of your cue to go back and start over. In Algebra 2, frequently we're going to get answers that are fractions or decimals. Who is going to be our last person for this problem? Nice. 10 is Hadley, who's not here.
33.
Don't have 33.
23.
That one we do have. 23 is Cadence. Can you tell me how to finish this problem?
Like as points, so like 1/2, power 6.
Where'd you get 6?
Oh wait,
Were you reading that number?
yeah, it was.
Oh, we haven't figured out the second answer yet.
Solve
So,
for X.
yeah, I was,
I mean,
no,
for Y.
yeah.
sorry.
I was kind of just asking you how to find the second answer. Now, this step is important because it's the exact same step as tomorrow. So that's why I'm emphasizing it. So how do we find the second answer? Any equation. You can use any equation.
Use the X that you already got.
Yeah, we will use the x that we already got. But you can pick any equation up there to do that.
So you do the top one.
I was kind of asking you. So we have 3 of them. You can pick any one of these 3 that we've worked with to find the second answer. This one would work fine. This one would work fine. This one would work fine. This one's gonna be the easiest. Is that what you're gonna try to answer? Why? This one's the easiest because it already says y equals, yeah. So, like, that's the answer we're looking for, so it would actually work the best. But it's not wrong if you do pick the first one like you said. So y is gonna be the same as 1 plus 8 times whatever x is, which is a half. And so 8 times a half is 4, half of 8. Correct. So our final answer is a half to 5. And this is definitely one that if we graphed, you wouldn't say a half was an answer. You would either say 0 or 1 probably because you're just like guessing. Questions on this one before we try one on our own?
Never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you forget the question? Because I do that.
No, I just realized it was a stupid question and I figured it out anyway.
Okay, if you figured it out, that's good. Doesn't mean it's a stupid question. All right, try that one on your own. I have no idea what the answer is. Might be good, might be bad. Why is this so horrible? Oh,
You just play some music.
Like Jeopardy? Like music to make you all tense, like see if you're figuring it out, like pressure?
Dude, Jeopardy's my jam.
I
Just
mean,
play
I guess,
Jeopardy.
or like that really like stupid Apple ringtone.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Or play some Samsung.
Number 1, I can't because I'm recording this, and so it would automatically get flagged on YouTube and get taken
You
down.
don't want that at all.
Yeah.
You might get that sweet.
So,
sweet
right,
revenue.
I have to wait till we stop recording and play the music.
Quick, someone get him to, quick, someone get him to, get him. I can't say.
Well, like,
You're on a roll there, bro.
if I make it a private video, I could, but I don't want to do that one. But like YouTube has kind of automatic bots that just like search through the videos for music in the background.
Actually, if you put in like the description,
Like the song,
I
you
don't
won't get.
own any of this music, the rights go to like the copywriter, they won't take it down. Yeah, I used to have a YouTube channel in 6th grade, I did that.
No, that's kind of the big deal now, because like like Twitch, a lot of people on Twitch, things like that.
There,
I don't necessarily watch it much, but that's a big thing. Because any of their saved videos are getting taken out if they had music in the background.
there is a new yield size. It's worse than DMCA. It's more severe.
It's not good at all.
Like.
I'm okay with it, like,
You don't need licensed music.
granted, it might also just depend on if you get money from the video too, which I'm not,
You
so.
need ad revenue.
Yeah, I don't have, you guys don't get ads when you play videos from teachers, right?
No.
Depends on the teacher.
Is it really?
You're getting banged.
Side hustle?
Dude, honestly.
So if I have too many
Like 4
viewers,
years, you'll get
I would
something.
get money from it.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I wouldn't because it's my school account, so I wouldn't. Maybe I should post them on my personal one.
Dang.
Go viral.
No,
Dang.
No.
I don't want that.
Bro. You can make him bang.
It's definitely not me. You want to
Think about the time I go on messages. Nope. I'm okay late in the week. All right, am I roll?
Okay, yeah, so
47.
27. Monica. You probably knew that, you just didn't want to admit it. You wanna come up here and write your info?
I didn't do it because I messed up.
You didn't do it.
No, because I started and then I made a mistake.
Did you figure out where you made a mistake?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Well, I actually don't know if it was a mistake, it just looks really wrong. I did, no, here's this, I cropped it out.
So when you add two, you want to add one on each side of the equal sign.
Oh, God, see, that
So,
was,
like-
that was my bad.
Like a while ago, like, railroad tracks. So one on each side. Okay. What? What was yours?
27.
26.
No, hold on, 20.
Don't look at this.
I'm just wondering what it is.
What? I'm 26.
Wait, no, you're 30 something.
Yeah, but you just
Oh.
Five should.
Did I?
Last time I was 21.
This
It was 18, 19,
equation.
20, 21.
And I called on you for 26?
Yeah.
Alright, you
Negative numbers plus two
That's cool.
two no cheese.
Your math teacher's just not gonna be first. Don't worry about it.
You're just a multiple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's 6.
So I guess it should have been you. So you were super relieved.
Yeah, totally, because I know that it just
Oh,
That's what I see.
you should. Just ask me something.
And then you multiply 6 times 2 actually 6.
Oh, that's 27A. Yep.
I have a fun for you.
Wait.
Pun, all right. I like it.
Also,
What's the B's favorite number?
I only have you get negative 2.
I don't know.
It's plus 2.
5.
Oh, it's not. Where? Because
Ah,
Instead of 5.
I got the joke.
Got it.
I didn't know.
I used to keep my dad joke of the day boards up here.
What? You had dad jokes today.
Yeah, but my marker ran out, so.
Put it back.
Well, it was one of
Oh.
those, it was one of those little neon marker things, you know, like at the
Go on the
restaurant.
whiteboard.
And I used to have somebody in first hour was always in charge of it. They
It's
just
just
put
that
up a new
I
one each
did
day.
negative away from the
Why
line.
can't you just draw on the whiteboard?
It's not the same.
Dad
It
jokes
could be.
good or they can like just be dad jokes?
No, I usually just have an Instagram, like I just subscribe to a dad joke of the day on Instagram.
Oh.
So if I have to come with it, I just put it up.
Here's for X.
Oh,
X
I have
equals
dad jokes
3.
of the bear.
Winning. That's right.
Is it raw?
So close.
Oh.
Here's the downside of these problems, is when you make a mistake at the very beginning of the problem, it screws the whole thing up.
Well, if it's negative y, so that'd be
How'd you get
negative 1,
5x?
right?
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
So you definitely had the right steps. You were solving for that y, which is what I would have chosen as well because it's the easiest one. But if you divide by -1, you have to divide everything by -1.
Shoot.
Adding and subtracting is just once on each side, but division and multiplication is everything.
Wait, but in the second step, she did
Yeah.
plus.
She did plus negative, so we'll just modify that. So then 5x minus 12, then it should be plus 12.
Wouldn't that
Those-
be negative 2x? Not negative 2 plus 2?
Yep.
Should be negative 12x?
Yep.
Because I got a very different answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Little
I mean
mistakes
that-
here and there.
If you make a small mistake at the beginning, it just throws everything off. Here's one tip for the future. If you go to check your answers and both numbers are wrong, that means you made a mistake in the beginning of the problem. If you go to check your answers and your second number is only wrong, that means you made a mistake in the last step. So a tip for the future. So we will salvage this one, because it's not very off. So we've got 5x minus 12x, which is negative 7x. Subtract 12. Divide by negative 7. I'm kind of out of space, so that's why I'm skipping
Wait, but
steps.
that's still 3.
I thought you had 5.
I have x equals 3.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good coincidence.
Wait.
That does not happen often.
Wait, I still think I'm correct though.
Oh, maybe you did it right on your paper and then
Yeah, because I did. Yeah.
didn't
I just
transfer
wrote
it up
down.
here?
Yeah.
Okay, that happens.
Wait.
Just double check my work. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
That makes you accurate.
Okay. So we got the first answer. Getting the second answer, we pick any one of the equations. I'm gonna pick this top one just to show you that it works wherever, but I'm gonna guess everybody chose that.
You didn't even get the bottom.
So 5x, which x is now 3, and I'm gonna go from here. So 15, so I'm gonna subtract 15. Falling on the wall. Minus 15 was negative 25, it was 24. Negative 24, divide by 6. We get negative 4 as the second answer, even though there's not much space there. And so my whole answer is 3, negative 4. So this is usually kind of a helpful hint to figure out where something's wrong for me. Like if you come up and can't figure out what you did wrong, I generally know where your mistake is depending on the answers. Okay, we have 15-ish minutes left. Oh, go ahead. The number where? Negative 1y. Oh, she wrote negative 1 instead of negative y. Okay, if you guys would like, you certainly, depending on how fast you are in these problems, this is one of those sections that could range from the homework might take you 10 minutes to the homework might take you a half hour, depending on how fast you go. Oh, okay, thank you.